China. DepEd something. Makati-Taguig dispute intensifies. Kumusta for me? This is Avor Joseph, and welcome to News I Deem Worthy Recap Weekly Edition number 12. The summarization of the news starts from the headlines for the 13th of July to the 19th of August 2023. Kaya't maganda na for the blazing selected summation. This is the news headline for Sunday, 13th of August 2023. No PH promise on abandonment of Ayungin. According to the Senator J.V. Ejercito Estrada and Senator Jinggoy Estrada, their father, former President Joseph ERAP Estrada, has never promised China to remove the BRP Sierra Madre from the Ayungin shoal. Now, to be fair, former President Estrada was the one that ordered the BRP Sierra Madre to be grounded in the Ayungin shoal. I don't think it would make sense for him to just take it all away. Senator J.V. Ejercito Estrada has blamed the failure, in quotes, of the succeeding administrations, Arroyo, Aquino, and Duterte to establish and assert the Filipino claim in the West Philippine Sea, which gave China courage to scoop it all up. Though China was just growing then, now they're a giant. You can't really give the fault to the former presidents of emboldening China to invade their territory. It's the natural course of their growth. Maybe other Southeast Asian countries, but not China. Just watch my shorts or the previous episode regarding this issue. And to people asking why we don't have the kind of backlash we have with China against Vietnam, well, it's easy to antagonize a larger threat, China, than a smaller threat, Vietnam. That way we could play the underdog trope in the global stage. Win some pity points. We can also use the arbitral ruling against Vietnam, or at least the legalese behind it. Vietnam is just another boulder to roll up the hill. We'll get there. Probably not. This is the news headline for Monday, 14th of August 2023. Makati-Taguig dispute intensifies. The territorial dispute of these two cities over multiple barangays have been cause of concern to many students and parents, as they also seem to indicate possible conflict between properties owned by Makati, including its 14 public schools, and Taguig's gluttony for territory. That's a lot of schools. 14 in 10 barangays? Sheesh. A lot of students learning hampered by this petty dispute and Taguig's disagreement of the offers by the Makati City LGU. If they could provide on par with what Makati has been providing on a loss, maybe my disposition would be changed. But as of now, I don't think they can. If you have no clue, Makati is seen by the poor and the less fortunate as a social safety haven with lots of free school supplies, uniforms, and educational financial aid for students. However, according to the Makati LGU, the city of Taguig has rejected its offers to provide free school supplies to the public schools, which, according to Makati City Administrator Claro Corteza, 30,000 students could have been benefiting from. The Cayetanos would be definitely F in Taguig, especially with the 300,000 in the 10 barangays handed over. A Binay or Binay adjacent running in the district would definitely be an interesting dismantlement of their stranglehold in the city. 300,000 spiteful residents would be in a complete determination to get a Binay in a seat of power again, at least ruling over them. The 300,000 would be a quarter of the total population or 3/8 of the existing one. An update, by the way, the schools are now under the direct supervision of the Department of Education's Office of the Secretary, but they'll also have some presiding council to administer the school, including officials from Makati and Taguig LGU, or DepEd thing, I don't know. This is the news headline for Tuesday, 15th of August 2023. Experts say no to bilateral agreement with China. There has been talks of a bilateral joint exploration agreement with China in the West Philippine Sea, promptly offered by China a while back. According to experts, the sovereign country of the Philippines shall not agree to resume talks over joint exploration agreements with China. Now, I have my own reservation regarding this, mostly that I agree that we should hold a 50-50 to 60-40 split in the joint exploration in the West Philippine Sea. Just like what Duterte said back in the debates, we don't have the power to enforce our claims in the territory. We've got to remember to be pragmatic about this situation. Again, there's no honor in suffering. At least with that, we get to keep half or most of the otherwise unutilized resources in the region, or at least the disputed region. We've got to use the oil or natural gas there before it becomes obsolete or decidedly frowned upon. Else, we'll be losing important growth points that could ultimately help the Filipino people. We've got to remember to be pragmatic about this situation. Again, again, there's no honor in suffering needless. I understand that y'all care about the environment, and I really do too. You can see my Abandoned Thoughts LOL series feature episodes for that. But we can't really do much. The Middle East, the USA, and every non-renewable source energy producer will not be inspired by a third world country's conviction of turning away massive growth potential because of some unenforceable ideals due to non-cooperation of the biggest perpetrators. At least if we get the resources that could be viable, we get those that probably just improve our living standards, pollute less, or at least that's what the Kuznets curve implies. This is the news headline for Wednesday, 16th of August, 2023. Representative Teves Jr. removed in the House of Representatives. Negros Oriental 3rd District Representative Arnolfo Teves Jr. was expelled from the House of Representatives due to abandonment of public office by pursuing political asylum, long absences, and indecent behavior. Particularly a video of him posted on Facebook dancing in his Santos and short shorts / boxer. 256 or all present members of the House of Representatives has voted to adopt the recommendation of the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, or at least the recommendation that Teves should be fired. There wasn't any opposition per se. I mean, there are some that abstain from voting, but still. The representative of the 3rd District in Negros Oriental has recently faced yet another case for murder for the death of 3 persons to the Negros Oriental Regional Trial Court. He was also branded as a terrorist by the Anti-Terrorism Council for several cases of disruption of peace by allegedly conspiracy of assassinating and murdering of Negros Oriental's deceased governor, Roel Degamo. This is the news headline for Thursday, 17th of August, 2023. August 25, FIBA holiday. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has suspended public school classes, though according to the Department of Education, classes would start in the 29th of August, so I don't know why he'd do that, but he said public schools. And government office works in Metro Manila and Bulacan on August 25 due to the opening ceremonies of the Federación Internacional Basketball de Asociación. I don't know if that's the right translation. I just did it word for word. Or International Basketball Federation or FIBA World Cup 2023 at Bukawi, Bulacan in the Philippine Arena. Private companies, however, according to the Department of Labor and Employment, will be left the decision of suspension of workday. I mean, of course they wouldn't, because who would? They've already been rambling about how there's so many holidays in the Philippines. This is the news headline for Friday, 18th of August, 2023. DepEd orders schools to take down posters. The Department of Education has ordered schools under its jurisdiction to remove any and every posters, unnecessary artworks, decorations, tarpaulins, and posters at all time to ensure a clean school ground. They also said to remove bulky items to create a spacious environment for learning. Kind of weird of an order, to be honest. I mean, that would also indicate no Philippine presidents and any learning materials, quotations of an incredibly virtuous mind would be gone. Our propaganda to children and teens would definitely be hampered, and that's what we want. But of course, it's all for the conditioning of the children, which is what PSYOPs are. Yeah, they're basically conditioning the students, and that's actually a virtuous task to uphold. But I guess whatever floats your boat, Madam Vice President and Education Secretary. The order aims to improve cleanliness of the school ground and facilities, also to enhance the learning experience by removing any potential distractions. Of course, lots of teachers have words to say regarding the DepEd order, saying learning materials and posters should not be removed. I guess this order do remove the whole potential subjective enforcement of the rule based on what faculties and school administrators deem unnecessary and distract, so there's no confusion there. So that's kind of good. This is the news headline for Saturday, 19th of August, 2023. Mall voting pilot test for election. The Commission on Election has partnered up with local malls for the pilot testing and agreement to hold and facilitate elections for the 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections this coming 30th of October. The pilot testing of the mall voting was done in Robinson branches, mainly Metro East, Las Piñas, Manila, Magnolia, and Galleria, and SM City branches, namely SM Manila, SM North, SM Sucat, SM Legazpi, and SM Consolacion. The project was for residents living near the vicinity of these malls, while the rest of us peasants will have to vote normally in public schools. They'll also be discussing on how to proceed proceed with EMBO barangays under the Taguig-Makati dispute. Also, no premature campaigning, though I've seen my fair share of preemptive campaigning locally. Officially, they should first start after filing their certificate of candidacy this August 28. And that's the end of the News I Deem Worthy Recap Weekly Edition from August 13 to August 19, 2023. Mag-suggest some more topics and or corrections to the balitas if you feel I misrepresented them in any way. Salamat sa mga panonood mga kabayong Avor me. Like, subscribe, and follow my links and socials on Avor Joseph that would be linked down below. Sa susunod bali, paalam. Psh!